Having an interesting conversation, incidentally, exactly a month after ZiiDi Trader was launched, and it is a platform that enables Safaricom customers to be able to trade at the Nairobi Securities Exchange via M-Pesa. What time it has been, a month later. It's a good time to revisit this and really talk about this in great depth. And for that, here on Power Talk this week, we've got Esther Waititu, who's the Chief Financial Services Officer at Safaricom. Esther, it's good to have you on Power Talk with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's talk about this interesting one. After launching M-Pesa, obviously, close to 2 decades, what inspired this move of, payments into stock trading?
Great. So after 18 years, when we started with Send Money, we were not sure what was going to happen next. And we then moved away from, well, not moved away, but continued when we were able to enable payments. Then we realized that there's a need for liquidity, and that's when we shifted and started to give credit, which is part of our portfolio. But also as part of our financial inclusion journey, we then shifted to savings, because if you're able to make a payment, if you're then able to access credit, then you should be able to save. And so it was natural that beyond savings, we wanted to generate and create wealth for our customers. And the only way you can do that is by owning something. And owning a share is part of that journey that takes you to wealth creation.
And we'll talk about, owning shares, but it's been quite the evolution, like you've talked about, from sending money to making payments. And then it even moved into ZiiDi, MMF, before now you came into this. Just take us through a little bit of that journey and what inspired it.
Great. So as M-Pesa continued to expand, and we became a system that allows both traders and consumers to exchange goods in a meaningful way, we realized that what was happening there is that balances were sitting in people's wallets. And so we looked at the data and said, what else can we do for our customers? And we could see that people holding money there for a period of time and then making a payment of whatever choice they needed to make. And so the journey then became, how do we then enable them to earn interest on this money that sits in their wallets? And ZiiDi Money Market Fund was then launched in 2024. And that enable our customers to be able to save money and withdraw at ease. So with the ZiiDi Money Market Fund, you can actually place your money today, withdraw tomorrow, and you'll still have been able to earn interest. And what we have seen is that a lot of our customers are looking for options in which they can invest, but to invest easily. They want it simple. They want it convenient. And that is a role that we play by providing a platform that can enable this in a very efficient way. If you can send money, you can save. If you can send money, you can invest.
Right. It'll be interesting to hear from you what the impact has been of ZiiDi Trader just a month in. But it would seem, SMEs are the backbone of the economy, have been touted as, building back better after COVID. How important is it, to you at M-Pesa and at Safaricom towards supporting SMEs, and what more is in the works?
SMEs are absolutely essential in everything that we do, and we believe that they're also largely underserved. When you think about especially micro merchants, and for that we even created a very specific solution that we call Pochi. Pochi la Biashara is where then micro entrepreneurs are able to separate their personal expenses from their business expenses. And we've seen that growing. Today we've got over 2 million of them actually working in our ecosystem. And what this has done for them is that it enables them to, first of all, build a credit history where they can then start to borrow, because we've got solutions where micro merchants can actually borrow against the flows that go through their wallet, which is what we call TASI for accessing credit. And then we've moved to enable them to also then, on top of that, be able to save enabling Kenyans to create.
Kwa majina naitwa Ronald Lutuki Nyanga. I am the owner of Oasis Agrovet Magena. Mpaka vile
to create wealth. We're then enabling them to also protect the wealth that they have created. So this is the full circle of financial inclusion. We gave them access to the tools that enable them to trade every day. We're then now taking it to how they're then able to save and get access to credit at the same time, but now closing the circle by then investing and being able to give back.
Indeed. Thank you very much for your time. We look forward to seeing what will happen. It's been just 1 month, but there's many more to come. Thank you very much. Esther Waititu is the Chief Financial Services Officer at Safaricom, talking about ZiiDi Trader that just a month ago was launched, enabling users to buy and sell shares directly from their mobile wallets. 1 month on, the impact is growing. That is Power Talk this week.
Who is this? Me. It's a robot. As you are looking at it, it is capable of many things. Its name is Atima. Hello, are you lost?